Hey everyone, welcome back to my Java Brick Breaker tutorial. In episode 5, we drew a grid of bricks. In this episode, we'll add collision detection so the ball can hit the paddle and bricks will disappear when hit. Let's get started. First, open your GamePanel.java file. We'll add code to detect when the ball hits the paddle and the bricks. Import Java Rectangle class from Java AWT package. Inside the move method, check if the ball hits the paddle. If so, bounce the ball upward. Add this after your existing wall checks in move. Alright, let's take a closer look at how our collision detection works in this part of the game, step by step. First, this line checks if the ball is currently touching the paddle. We do this by creating a temporary rectangle that matches the ball's position and size, and another rectangle for the paddle's position and size. Then we use the intersects method to see if they overlap. If they do, it means the ball has hit the paddle, so we simply reverse the Y direction of the ball to make it bounce upward again. Next, we handle the collision between the ball and the bricks. For this, we use a nested for loop to loop through every brick in our two-dimensional bricks array. We only check bricks that still exist, so if the value at that position is greater than 0, it means the brick is still there. For each brick, we calculate its exact position on the screen using the row and column numbers, combined with the brick's width and height, plus some offset to place them nicely inside the game area. Just like with the paddle, we create a rectangle for the ball and one for the current brick. Then, if they intersect, we know the ball has hit that brick. When a brick is hit, we set its value in the array to 0, which means it disappears the next time we draw the screen. We also update the ball's direction so it bounces off naturally. Here, we check whether the ball is hitting the brick from the left or right edge, or from the top or bottom. If it's from the side, we reverse the X direction, otherwise, we reverse the Y direction. This makes the bounce look realistic. Now, let's talk a bit more about the break A statement at the end of this collision block, because it's actually quite important for how the game behaves. In Java, when we use nested loops, like a loop inside another loop, the regular break keyword only exits the innermost loop. But in our case, once we detect that the ball has hit a brick, we don't want to keep checking the remaining bricks in this frame. If we did, the ball could register multiple hits in the same update, which would instantly remove multiple bricks and make the ball bounce unpredictably. To prevent this, we use what's called a labeled break. Here, we name the outer loop with the label A, right before it starts. Then, inside the inner loop, when we find a collision, we write break A. This tells Java to break out of both loops at once and continue with the rest of the game logic. This ensures that each frame of the game detects only one brick collision at most, keeping the ball's bounce direction consistent and the gameplay fair. It's a simple but effective way to control how deeply nested loops exit in Java. So to summarize, this whole section of code, from the paddle check to the brick collision detection, forms the core of the Brick Breaker's collision system. It makes sure that when the ball touches the paddle, it reflects back into play, and when it hits a brick, the brick disappears, the score goes up, and the ball bounces realistically in the right direction. Together, this collision logic brings the Brick Breaker game to life, turning simple shapes into a fully playable game that reacts instantly to every hit and bounce. Without it, we just have a ball drifting endlessly with no purpose. And that's why this part of the code is truly the heart of the game's interaction and fun. Nice work. You now have full collision detection for the paddle and bricks. In the next episode, we'll add a score display and a game over condition when the ball falls below the paddle. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and check out the playlist for more. See you next time.